JONS Fresh Marketplace, and we're going to go ahead and shop for my recipe that I'm going to make on YouTube soon. This is like a Mediterranean, like Greek cheese. It looks like it's like if a mozzarella and a feta cheese had a baby, so it'd be it. Looks like it's grillable, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to crumble it for my recipe instead of feta. We're going to go ahead and get our ground meats. We've got ground lamb, Superior Farms, 80/20 ground beef, we've got ground pork, get a can of beef stock, get some jasmine rice, and it happens to be made by Sadat. I like this one, it has a resealable zipper bag too. JONS has a ton of different kinds of spices that you normally can't find. One especially is Hungarian paprika. So we need that for the recipe. Then we also need caraway seeds. They have, and the prices are amazing. So this big bottle is $3.99, which is normally, if you go and you find it at a regular grocery store, it's that little tiny glass bottle. So it's amazing. And the Hungarian paprika is only $6 too. It's great. That's fantastic pricing on the onions. It's 4 pounds for 99 cents. Since we're over here, we have Melissa's Lentils. This is one of my favorite companies. Great products, produce products. Try these. These are different varieties of dashti tomatoes. So I've never heard of them before. So I think I will try them for this recipe. These are days when you wish you weren't short. There's so many different sour creams to choose from. And I'll try this. It's Lebne, which is a cheap, carefree cheese, but it's almost like sour cream yogurt consistency. So it might go really well with that cheese, this cheese we got earlier. We just got told earlier that they just started stocking this Polish butter, so I'm going to go ahead and try this with my recipe. It looks delicious. We're back from our trip to JONS Fresh Marketplace. Lots of Eastern European and Mediterranean ingredients, which inspired me to do this recipe called the Medi-Eastern European Casserole. It's based off of comfort foods from Eastern Europe and Mediterranean, you know, Morocco, all that area in the south, and then you got the north with Hungary and all the Eastern European countries on that side. So it's taking kefta, which is a ground beef and lamb skewered meat as a comfort food, stuffed cabbage, which is something my dad actually used to make for us when we were growing up, goulash, which is out of Hungary, and then tadig, which is a Persian rice that's crispy on the bottom. So we're going to replicate that in the casserole with the crispy bottom for the rice. And so let's go ahead and get started with the prepping of the vegetables. Okay, I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. I've got my double boiler going so that we can steam the cabbage leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up the cabbage leaves. It's easier to peel once you get more, a lot of the core off. I'm just going to peel back some of the outer leaves because of bruising and stuff that transported. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it along the rib so that it kind of, as it starts to steam, it'll flatten out. Okay, so our double steamer or double boiler steamer is up to boil, so we're going to go ahead and stick the cabbage leaves inside. Okay, we're going to go ahead and steam them until they get tender, but not to the point of mushy, because we just want it tender so we can make a layer in our casserole. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and dice up all of the vegetables. Got our onion, bell pepper, tomato, and I'm probably going to add about 6 or 7 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to dice those up too. This is a very juicy tomato. It looks like the cabbage is nice and tender and not mushy, so we're going to go and turn the heat off and then just let it cool so that we can use it in the casserole. It's time to brown the meats. So we've got our lamb, pork, and ground beef. So let's start with the pork first since it has a lot of fat in it. Ground beef. I know it looks like a lot of meat, but this is going to be in the casserole, and there's 3 layers of the meat mixture, so we'll need it. It looks like our meat is nice and brown. You can see all the different textures in there. You can see the white is like the pork, and then the lamb and beef are in there too. So we're going to go ahead and stir in our diced veggies and then all of our spices. Tomatoes, green bell peppers, onion, garlic, and then salt. I use, since we're using garlic anyways, I have wild garlic folk salt. So it's like crystals. And it's really good. And pepper, paprika, and caraway seeds. It actually looks very festive. Got a lot of green and red right now from the tomato and the bell peppers. Kind of looks like a stew. Let that kind of mingle together for 15 to 20 minutes and check on it later. See how it is. See if the onions are broken down and the bell peppers are cooked down as well. And then hopefully some of the juice from the tomato will evaporate as well. While the meat is simmering, we're going to go ahead and grate the cheese. So I have this beautiful Shepherd's from Cyprus halloumi cheese. It's the type of cheese where you can actually grill it. It'll stay, it won't just get all gooey and melty, which is great because I'm going to go ahead and mix this on the top layer with our rice so that it starts to golden brown with the rice, which will be interesting. So, and then I found this cool grater slash slicer at Bed Bath & Beyond today. And we have a grater, but it's one of those triangle ones. It's always a hassle to clean it. You got all the cheese grated in there, and then you got to reach in there and try to clean it somehow. So you got your tray, which fits all of the slicers. They'll fit in there, and then you can store them in there. And then this closes on top. But then you can use this as your base when you put the slider or the slicer or grater on top, and then it catches all the stuff in the bottom here instead of having bowls and all kinds of other things. And then it also has one of those cool little grips so you can have your cheese and not get your fingertips taken off. So got our grater piece, and it fits right in there like that. So we got to the end here. So it looks like enough cheese. About maybe a cup's worth of shredded cheese in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and thinly slice the potatoes. Let's see how the slicer does with this potato. Well, it's pretty thin. Good. Okay, now we're going to try tomato. Yeah, it kind of did what I wanted it to. So I got some thinly sliced tomatoes. They're not totally whole, but they'll work. They're basically going to be my decoration on top. Okay, so we've got our rice that's ready. Then we need to add our butter so that it has a crispy element. So this is that Polish butter that we found at JONS. It smells like fields. Maybe like 4 tablespoons, so probably 2 of that is fine. So we've got our melted Polish butter, and I'm going to go ahead and mix it in with the. I'm going to mix it in until you see that the grains are nice and glossy, which means the butter has coated. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this mixture in half. I'm going to put half of it on the bottom, so that'll be our first layer. I'm just going to spread it around, try to get it evenly on the bottom. If you have some liquid still in your pan, try to just scoop away from it. Next layer, got our potatoes. You can overlap a little bit. And then we're going to do another layer of meat. We've got our cabbage leaves. Sure. And then with the leftover rice, I'm going to mix in the cheese. These thinly sliced tomatoes. Hopefully I got enough of them. Well, kind of seeing what I was going for. I was going for nice thinly sliced tomatoes on top for color, and then I'll kind of caramelize in the oven as well, and kind of contrast from the rice. And then, so we're done here, and then we're going to go ahead and stick in the oven for half an hour. So we've got nice golden brown top. The halloumi cheese, I mean, got a little bubbly, so you can see that. You can still hear it bubbling from the bottom. I didn't get the brown bottom that I wanted, I think because we had a lot of liquid from the vegetables still that cooked down, and then also the cabbage that we had in here. But otherwise it turned out to what I thought it was going to be. We're going to let it cool for a little bit, and then we'll slice it, and then you can see all the layers. Okay, my casserole has cooled down a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and slice it. This Ligna cheese, it's almost like a thick sour cream. The ones I usually see are a little thinner than this. I'm just going to pipe this in. And just sort of give it a little bit of, and there you go.